Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Outstanding Achievement in the Field of Excellence. I'm your host, James Windsor Smith, and it's been about a week since I've actually filmed one of these videos. You'll have to keep in mind I'm actually working on some pro stuff right now. So I really want to focus on not just doing what I like to do, but really getting the job just right each time. I feel I owe it to my contributors, my coworkers, to really give them my bang for my buck, instead of just doing what I usually do, which is just being selfish and drawing what I want to draw. So, with that in mind, I've been very busy all week. So today I'm gonna cut loose, and I'm actually still drawing for my collaborators, that being the members of the group. Outstanding achievement in the field of excellence. And it is Cerebus month, so I plan on drawing Cerebus. No surprise there. You're probably getting sick of seeing the artwork by this point. But hey, I'm committed to this month. Next month, we're going to be drawing all sorts of things. And up next, professionally, I'm doing a one pager for Steve Peters. So that's actually next in my to do pile. I plan on doing that probably today after this video. So, without further ado, here we go. I'm using an aquamarine blue. There's no pre-drawing or an overlay or anything. It's just me knowing Cerebus very well. I'm actually surprised that Gerhard draws kind of an off-model Cerebus. After years and years and even decades of embellishing the character, you would think he has the guy down. But I find his Cerebus to be a bit off. But that's just me. He does fantastic work and fantastic backgrounds. Did anyone see his heavy metal work? I've only glanced at it, but it looked pretty cool. Let me know your thoughts on that. Yeah, I find that inkers tend to get a little bit almost stuck on the details of something rather than really getting at the essence. But if you work hard at it, if you come from that line, you can basically break the pattern after a while and really get at the soul of the matter. Oh, a shout out to Josiah Beckett. Yeah, I mentioned him in the past. He had provided me with a lot of these Derwent pencils that I use, but I'm actually slowly teaching him the fundamentals of drawing. He's semi interested in basically following up on that. Yesterday I gave him a very basic lesson on learning the fundamentals. I give him a picture of a cylinder, a cone, a cube, and a cone. I believe I might have already said cone, but hey, like a ball, a cone, and all those things. And I gave him the assignment of drawing those shapes in 3 dimensions using just a regular pencil, just memorizing those things because everything is made up of those fundamental shapes. So the more practice you have with doing the lighting and and getting those things down, the less likely that you're going to screw up how you're shading like a face. Or if you take the cone shape and the sphere shape, you can make an ice cream cone. That's very basic, but those things wouldn't exist if those shapes weren't combined together. I think that makes sense, right? I think as I go along, the lessons will get trickier because I'm going to have to think backwards, think where I started. But if you guys want tips or anything in future episodes, let me know. I'd be glad to show you guys how I do what I do and how you can do your thing as well. Everyone is different. I have to keep in mind that what works for me may not work for a Josiah. Okay, let me switch colors here a bit. I'm going to get a bit drastic here. Here is tangerine. Does anyone here have any teaching experience? Like, I could definitely use your help. Like, anything that you say won't be considered done. Really, I really am taking all advice I can. All right, you'll notice that the orange is all on the right side, which indicates that the light is actually coming from the left side. Also, these blue lines are a little thicker over here as well as compared to over here. That's a bad example over here because some of these lines are pretty thick, but you get the idea. All right, here's fuchsia. A little bit of fuchsia in the eyeball. On the snout. Alright, now I've got poppy red. And let's make Cerebus bloody a bit. We haven't gone there yet. Get a bit around the eye. Or, sorry, around the mouth. Give him some battle damage. Now we're getting around the eye a bit. We want those capillaries to have burst. Yeah, think of the hair as a bit curved. The blood is bound to curve off a bit. Yeah, with the blood thing, I should have chopped off his ear so we had a source. I think it's internal bleeding at this point. Alright, let's get a bit darker color. Here is a color called Willow. Work on the nostrils. On the outside of the eyes. And this piece will once again be given to whoever wins the contest. And the rules of the contest are just to say that you liked the video or any video where I've drawn Cerebus. And the winner gets all of the things I've drawn this month. I've drawn like maybe 8 or 9 Cerebuses this month. So you'll win all the Cerebuses. Ziz. Okay, sorry, I keep bumping the camera. That's my trademark. Alright, now I'm going to find a brush, a water brush. Alright, I squeeze it to get the water flowing a bit. Yeah, I notice I start with dabbing and then I transition to flowing the brush more. It's not really intentional, just something I kind of noticed. I bet while you're drawing, if you're an artist, you probably notice little quirks and eccentricities in your work that most people wouldn't even think about. It's pretty interesting. You'll become, the more you do it, the more self-aware you become along the way. So most people probably won't notice those things, but you definitely will. All right, let that dry a couple minutes. In the meantime, let's go through our pens. Here's 05. That's a fairly good point, I believe. I'm just going to pause for a minute just to let this dry. Okay, we're back. So, how long did it take you before you knew that it was pronounced Cerebus? I still have memories of thinking it was Cerebus, of all things. I don't know how I learned the right way to say it. Give that mouth a bit of dimension. Like I said, there is no underdrawing here, so you kind of have to wing it. There's nothing wrong with pre-drawing, and in fact, I encourage it. But at this point, it saves a bit of time, and I know how to make it look cool. So, do you listen to music while you draw? That's a question that's come up quite a bit in the group. I usually ink while I draw, but I don't pencil while I draw usually. Well, sometimes I'll put on a podcast, but I won't really listen to what they're saying. Usually I'll listen to a rerun podcast like a comedy Bang Bang or something, because then I can really get in the zone and kind of ignore what they're saying for bits and just kind of catch the bit of the comedy as they go. Whereas when I'm inking, it's more of a job. I'm basically drawing like what's already down on the paper, with some exceptions. Like the mouth over here. Like I said, I didn't pencil that, but look how fast that took me. That was nothing. So I like to listen to Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, and like Leonard Cohen, some Johnny Cash. Usually it's the C's. Cash, Cave, Cohen. And I also sometimes I'll listen to some Tom Waits. But I don't listen as often as I used to. I wonder why that is sometimes. Maybe I've just worn out his catalog a bit. Extend some of those outside lines a bit. And looks like we're done. All right, like, rate, subscribe to the channel if you like what you saw. If you don't like what you saw, ignore what I'm saying. And thanks for checking this out. And we'll see you next time on Outstanding Achievement.